What you think about old buddy for the Vikings who took a couple phone calls from the bank and he thought he was talking to the bank and somebody scammed him out of $240,000 because he was wiring money.
You can have sympathy without having empathy.
Yeah, and hold on, let me get the people caught up, right? This is from ESPN.com, quote, per the affidavit, and the player's name is, sorry, I got to do this to you, partner, Dallas Turner. I'm pretty sure he played at Alabama. Per the affidavit, someone impersonating a banker at J.P. Morgan Chase called Turner on February 19th and claimed, quote, claimed someone was attempting to impersonate Turner at a Chase branch in Arizona and presented 2 copies of ID to execute a wire transfer. The caller instructed Turner to transfer money to 2 separate businesses to prevent the attempted theft. Turner then went to 2 Chase branches to transfer $120,000 each to Island Food Truck LLC and CNL FL LLC. Hold on. Turner, who's 22, later realized, quote, he may have been a victim of a fraud scam after discussing the matter with a family member, according to the affidavit. And I want to interview with that family member.
I got to say this. And I get why it's hard to be empathetic or sympathetic in that situation. I have not gotten scammed like that. However, I've gotten pretty close in the past because what happens is, fortunately, I made the calls beforehand. What happens is they send you into fight or flight. It's like if you get a call that feels credible or a letter or something feels credible that someone is trying to, you're like, oh, I got to stop this right now. What I need to do? Like, I could see that happening. So I don't have as much trouble showing empathy for my guy. But
well. Number one, I think he needs to file a lawsuit against whoever his cell phone provider is, because I would like to think the scam likely would pick that one up, right? Like I would like to think that part. I'm just going to throw this out here because as I talk about it, I do develop more empathy and sympathy for the other, right? But when they said that you should send the money to Island Food Truck LLC,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they probably didn't say that. They probably said wire it to this number.
I understand you. Counterpoint, because I've had to do some wiring lately.
Yeah, you got to put in the name of the
Or when they put the number in, a name will come back, and when they're like, "So you want to send this to Island Food Truck LLC?" Hell yeah, that's how I'm gonna keep my money safe. Oh no. Oh no. And to be fair, he has gotten back some of the money. $2,500.
It's a start.
What is that $2,500 is what I want to know. That $2,500 that he got back, who did he get it from and what is it?
I'm guessing that's all that was left in the accounts that they could pull back. I don't know, man.
Damn, man. That's a tough break, brother.
Yeah.
And look, I be talking about this. It's that time of year we be scraping the bowl for content. I hope we don't even make a short video out of this because I don't want to embarrass that man no further. And I always say I be looking forward to somebody getting arrested. This is worse. Like, this is about as bad as that time. You remember when that lady ran that game on Dirk that time?
Oh, I had forgotten that.
Yo, that was just early enough in the social media era. But when he got dirked, and for those of you who don't look it up, that boy got dirked, and he got dirked. This was how we found out what Dirk liked, by the way.
Yeah.
This was the first indication. Mm-hmm. And she had already tried, I think she tried to like steal some jewelry from Tony Banks. But there go Tony Banks. That Banks can play. There goes Tony Banks in this story, right?
Can play.
But she called Dirk Nowitzki and said, "Oh, wrong number. I was trying to call my dad. Hey, what's your name?" And it went from there.
That's a tough one, Dirk. That's a tough one.
Yo. And then, by the way, he balled in the playoffs after that. I developed a whole new respect for Dirk. He had been struggling in a couple playoffs before that, and then he brought them pain. They lost, but he still did it.
I can't. That is the place where I feel like most of us, particularly young ones, are susceptible. Like, yeah, that could get you. I had a conversation with one of my homeboys a couple of days ago who broke up with his girl he was with for a long time, and he was saying like all the stuff, all the signs that he had before, and he was like, I just couldn't see them. And he was like, now that I'm far enough away, I was stupid. It was so obvious that she was up to something, but I was just stupid because I was so close and I was thinking the wrong way. Like, yeah, he was blinded by love and some other things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, she hit him with the, what's your name?
Yeah.
Right? Like, imagine your luck. I was trying to call my brother, and it turned out on the other end was Dirk Nowitzki. Also, the confidence you got to have in whatever it is you bring it to be like, watch, this going to work. And then made it work. And then it was Dirk's people around him that finally shut the party down because Dirk was so down. And brother, I'm afraid to know some of the things that were said in German about this young lady in the game that she was running.
The idea that the what's your name? I mean, I'm assuming that they did the scatter shot. Like I assume that 500 players got that same text. Like, it's no way that they was like, "Hey, what's your name?" and it actually worked. And
maybe,
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Hey,
sorry. Go ahead.
You remember that time, by the way, that Eli Manning gave game worn jerseys to people that hadn't been worn in no games?
I forgot about that.
Yo, they made that one go away fast. I was like, hey, y'all ain't fooling me on this one. Y'all, I don't know who exactly was in on this game. And look, I feel like that's like, they just threw that bitch down in the grass and stepped on it a couple times. I don't know. But they made that story go away immediately.
Power and influence. I was just thinking about the points that you were making about business earlier and how it hadn't really hit me until now. It's like I might have been the only person to go to Harvard Business School and come out like, I don't really want to do this. Like, the only person who went in there and got a look on the inside and came out was like, that ain't for me.
No, you're not the only person. It can happen. Like, I remember when I was taking MBA classes and I was reading this book that Sean Assel had written about wrestling called Sex, Lies, and Headlocks. And it had a picture of Vince McMahon on the cover. And this man who ain't speak that much English came up to me. I'm not going to do an impression of him because there's no way to do it without sounding racist. And he was like, Vince McMahon, I love him. I said, what? He's like, I love him. He is such a great promoter. And even if he was a great promoter, I had never heard the idea that somebody would speak of Vince McMahon with affection was like, oh, man, I could never do this world. Oh, no.
I mean, when I had gone through we've had this conversation before, the CBA negotiations, it was like when it hit me that like, that people who were billionaires weren't geniuses. And then I was like locked in, like, man, I'm going to go to business school and I'm going to turn this money into hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Then I went there and started talking to people and reading more about this stuff and spent 1 year in between doing venture capital work and was like, I can't sleep at night. Like, this shit make me sick. Like, I got to do something other than this because I don't want it that bad to have to, like, I'm sure, like, not everywhere. There are plenty of ethical people in business, I'm sure. But it just felt like it was a more ruthless world to succeed in than one that I had just come from, because at least we was honest with each other. I want your job. I want your job. I'm going to try to beat you for it. I'm going to try to hurt you on this next play. I'm going to try to throw you off the field. All right. If you can do it, you win. There was no like, let me try to tilt the rules in my favor and secretly do like that. Whew. Too many of them win. And then they write the story like they didn't do the bullshit and then we all eat it up.